Hello, Mindful Moms. This is Dr. Beata, and welcome to the live Q&A for moms of little ones with colic, eczema, reflux, food allergies, on breastfeeding elimination diets, or those who want to heal leaky gut and want to focus on gut health. My name is Dr. Beata Hadashim, and I'm a holistic and integrative doctor of physical therapy, and I specialize in helping moms feel empowered through this journey so that not only do their little ones feel better, but they actually heal along with their little ones. So today we're going to be talking about a magical concept. Moms, what if you automatically knew what was best for you and your little ones? What if you automatically knew what they needed when they were being fussy or crying? What if you could help them feel better in seconds and minutes without trial and error, without guesswork? How would that feel? How would that change your life? Would that save you time and energy? Would it save you all the guesswork and the worry and anxiety? Would it save you hours of researching online? What I want you to know is that you know what is best for you and your baby. Your heart and your intuition already knows the answers. What it comes down to is knowing what questions to ask, being able to tap into your intuition, and being able to trust it. So today we're going to go over some key components into being able to identify and address what is causing your little one to not feel well. And in my personal experience, what I learned is that I already knew what my daughter and I needed. And there were times when I didn't trust myself. I didn't know what to ask. I didn't know where to turn. And these were some of those missing components. It took us over a year, year and a half, closer to 2 years to feel really good on our journey. My daughter did have colic, eczema, reflux, and food allergies, severe food allergies through my breast milk. And with that personal experience and my healthcare background as a doctor of physical therapy, plus all of this independent study and mentor work that I've done over the past few years, I now help other moms through this process. And ultimately, what I've learned is that it is crucial to teach mom how to tap into her heart, her intuition, and her mama instinct. So I want to ask you, have you ever had a gut feeling about something? You know, like a gut feeling like, no, we don't need to go there, or I need to do this. Have you ever paid attention to where that comes from? It's like this all-knowing, this just like reflex almost, where you have this feeling and sometimes you trust it and sometimes you don't. So in my opinion, I call that the higher self. What it is this part of ourselves that is the all-knowing. This is where we go into the spiritual world, the energetic world, the soul world. That's kind of your presence. And it is magical when we start to tap into that and be able to utilize it. So there's a couple of things that prevent us from being able to tap into our intuition and being able to use that wisdom and that knowledge from our higher self. So I'm going to go through some key components of this, and then we're going to discuss how we can work together, because this is the transformation that I help moms with. So number one is that when we were children, many of us were taught not to trust ourselves. Does this resonate with you at all? Were you ever told as a child not to be angry, or to stop being so emotional, or to just stop and share, right? Our emotions we were taught that our emotions weren't important. We were taught to suppress certain emotions because our caregivers thought that they were bad. And it is what it is. Unfortunately, those emotions are important to express. And it's actually really challenging when we are suppressing them, because we're not allowing those emotions to work through. And what I want you to know is that our caregivers were doing the best that they could with the information that they had at the time. So what we want to do, though, is with this awareness, learn how to express our emotions fully. And what happens is, as a child, when you're often told these things, to not express your anger, to not cry, to not pout or anything like that, essentially we're being taught not to trust our emotions, not to trust what is coming up for ourselves, not to trust what's bubbling up from our higher self, from our inner self, from our soul. So the first thing, in my opinion, is we have to stop suppressing. We have to learn how to tap into those emotions again, how to acknowledge them and how to express them openly and freely, and understand that they are good. They're just trying to communicate something to us. And once we start to understand what they're communicating, then we can make changes. Then we know what the next steps are. And that is powerful in and of itself. But that is the first step to tapping into our intuition, is acknowledging and expressing our emotions in healthy ways. All right, so number 2, the next step in being able to tap into our intuition is clearing trapped emotions. So when we are little, and or even not little, we can have certain experiences that may be traumatic or maybe too much for us to handle in the moment. And so this goes along with number 1. They may be suppressed emotions or repressed emotions. They may also have been smaller things that kept happening repeatedly. So for my personal example is, I was repeatedly told that I wasn't doing things right, that I couldn't do things right. So this became an emotion associated with it, almost a belief that has lived in my body. Now, when we talk about energetics and emotions, there are places that our body stores them on an energetic level. And when these are there, they are blocking us from, again, accessing our intuition, accessing our higher selves. And the more that we clear out these trapped emotions, the more that we clear out past trauma, then we're able to access our intuition better. Then we're able to tap in to that higher all-knowing power. Number 3 is our physical health. So specifically, I look at gut health, because gut health, in my opinion, is the foundation for the rest of our body's health. And so when we look at gut health, we look at multiple things. We look at the gut microbiome, which is a collection of microorganisms that live in our gut. So those include bacteria and viruses and fungi and yeasts and others. And if that is not in balance, if it's imbalanced, right, then that actually has physical effects on us. It clouds our thinking. It creates brain fog. It creates low energy. It creates a feeling of being irritated. So when we aren't healthy from a gut health perspective, it affects our psychology. It affects our emotional health. It affects our mental health. And especially as moms, when there's postpartum anxiety and postpartum depression, that is where this component comes in as well. So when we look at healing, in my opinion, we have to look at those 3 things. We have to look at, 1, are we expressing authentically all of our emotions? Are we being authentic on a daily basis with all of our interactions? Number 2 is learning where we have our trapped emotions, right? What those trapped emotions are, and integrating them, clearing them, so that we can have greater access and energy and flow to that higher self. And then number 3 is our physical body, our gut health. How can we start healing our gut? Now, this goes way beyond just taking a probiotic. This is way more than just eating more nutritious foods. It's the combination of all of these that is magical. And the reason why I say this is I don't care what diet you're on, and I don't care what probiotic you're taking. If you are not emotionally feeling safe, if your body is in fight or flight, which is a state of the nervous system, have you ever had that feeling where something startles you and you run away, or you get ready to kind of like fight back, right? That's a survival skill, part of our nervous system that is wired in, and it's important. However, nowadays our body lives in fight or flight. So if you're in fight or flight, it doesn't matter what you're doing nutritionally, gut health wise, you're not going to have healing. Now, where does this work into colic, eczema, reflux, and food allergies, right? So the thing is that these conditions all have underlying emotional and energetic root causes, possible root causes. And once we start identifying them, what we notice is that ultimately many of them, especially the energetic and emotional ones, come from mom. One, our energy affects others' energy, and the proximity that we have with our little ones increases the amount of energetic transference and how much our little ones pick up on our emotions, our energetic field. And this affects their presentation and their physical health. Now, each child has a different temperament, so we have to take that into account as well. However, when we as moms start to heal ourselves with this holistic approach, where we are looking at our emotional health, our mental health, our physical health, our gut health, our spiritual health and soul alignment, we then see healing in our children. And this is something that I've experienced personally. It has absolutely transformed my life. And the amount of energy I feel every day, the amount of joy, happiness, and peace I feel every day. And this has had a direct impact on my daughter and her health and her food allergies and her colic, eczema, and reflux that she had in the past. And this is what is happening with the moms that I'm working with as well. So these are the three things I want you to focus on. You can try to go ahead and do them on your own. And some of you may want to do that, and that's great. And if you want someone to help guide you through the process, to give you the steps, to show you what questions to ask, so that you automatically can know what you need to do for your child in that given moment. Especially if they are older and they're having tantrums, or they are a baby and they're crying incessantly. Again, how much stress, worry, anxiety, hours of researching would that save you if you could tap into your intuition and know what your child needed from your heart, and you can do whatever felt best for you in your heart. This way, you can get peace with your soul. You can gain peace with your soul. You can trust your heart, tap into your intuition, and heal holistically right along with your little one. So I invite you to go ahead and reach out, schedule a guidance call if you just like to get to know each other and learn if this holistic and integrative approach is a good fit for us to work together. Or you can go ahead and schedule a consultation. With the consultation, we create a custom plan for you, and you get an energetic healing session. I'd love to help you on this journey because I know how challenging it is, and I want to help not only you, but I want to help your little one heal. And this way you can heal generations. Because when we heal ourselves, we heal our little ones, and they're going to be equipped and empowered to have these tools to now pass down when they are parents and going forwards. So I'm going to open the floor for questions now. This portion is not going to be publicly shared. So if you are on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe below. And if you'd like to join the live Q&A, go ahead and click the links below and register. And you can go ahead and get your questions answered as well. So as always, I wish you and your little ones all the best, and I will see you soon.